everything you need to know about living in San Francisco in 2026. Most people moving to the Bay Area in 2026 are making decisions based on the outdated assumptions from 5 years ago. They think San Francisco is still affordable chaos, that the Peninsula is all tech bros, and the East Bay is just a budget alternative. Every single one of these assumptions is causing people hundreds and thousands of dollars and years of lifestyle regret. The Bay Area you are researching online isn't the Bay Area exists today. Remote work changed everything. Transit patterns shifted. Neighborhood hierarchies flipped. And if you are planning a move out here without understanding what actually changed and what that means where you should be living, you are walking into one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. If you are new here, I'm Disen Cai. I have spent years helping people relocate and navigate the Bay Area real estate market. I'm not here to sell you on the Bay Area or convince you it's perfect. I'm here to give you the information most people don't get until they've already signed a lease or closed on the house or they will regret. In this video, I'm breaking down everything you actually need to know about living in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2026. The real costs, the lifestyle trade-offs, the neighborhood dynamics, the commute realities, and the decision that separate people who thrive here from people who burn out and leave within 2 years. If this helps you avoid even one bad decision, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the series. Now, let's get into it. The truth about affordability in 2026. What actually changed after the pandemic? Let me start with the thing everybody gets wrong, affordability. Yes, the Bay Area is expensive. That hasn't changed. But what has changed where the value lives and who can actually make it work? According to Zillow research, the median home prices in San Francisco as of 2025 hover around $1.3 million, while median rents for a one-bedroom apartment in the city sat around $3,000 per month. But here's what these headlines missed. The distribution completely shifted. Neighborhoods that were considered Tier 1 in 2019, like part of SoMa and the financial district, saw prices soften as remote work reduced the premium people were willing to pay for walkability to the office. Meanwhile, neighborhoods with parks, space, and neighborhood feel like Noe Valley and Outer Sunset and the Excelsior saw sustained or growth demand. The Peninsula and the South Bay didn't collapse the way people predicted. According to Redfin, Palo Alto, Mountain View, and Sunnyvale remain expensive, but the buyer profile changed. It's less about proximity to campus and more about school quality and space. Families stayed or moved in, young professionals without kids moved out. And the East Bay became the biggest winner in the post-pandemic reshuffle. Oakland, Berkeley, and Alameda also price appreciation as buyers realized they could get more space, better walkability, and comparable transit access for significantly less money. So here's what you need to understand. Affordability in the Bay Area in 2026 is binary. It's not you can afford it or you can't. It's can you afford it in the submarket that match how you actually want to live. The people who make Bay Area financially work are the ones who stop trying to live where they think they're supposed to live and start living where it actually makes sense for their life. Thinking about relocating to the San Francisco Bay Area? Well, I got just a thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers, the best hospitals, and a boatload of other things that you will need to know before making the move, the best part about this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me right, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. Commute realities nobody tells you. Why your 30-minute commute becomes 75 minutes. Now, let's talk about commute. Because this is where fantasy meets reality in the most brutal way possible. BART looks amazing on a map, Caltrain looks convenient, but then you actually try to use them daily and realize the map lied. According to the US government commute survey, the average commute time for Bay Area workers sits around 33 minutes one way. But that's an average, which means plenty of people are sitting in traffic or on delayed trains for 60 to 90 minutes each way. Here's what nobody tells you. Commute time in the Bay Area isn't about distance, it's about mode, timing, and transfer function. The BART works brilliantly if you live near a station and work near a station. If neither end requires a bus transfer or a long walk, your 30-minute commute becomes 55 minutes. And if you are commuting during peak hours, add other 10 to 15 minutes just for crowding the delays. Caltrain is reliable and comfortable, but the schedule gap matters. If you miss your train, you are waiting 30 minutes to an hour depending on the time of the day. That's fine if your work schedule is flexible. It's a nightmare if it's not. Driving gives you flexibility, but traffic on 101, 280, and 880 is unpredictable. A commute that takes 35 minutes at 10 a.m. takes 70 minutes at 8 a.m. And parking costs in San Francisco and Palo Alto add another $300 to $500 per month to the real commute cost. So here's a framework I'm giving every relocation client. Your commute isn't the time Google Maps shows you at 2 p.m. on Sunday. It's the worst case scenario during your actual working hours plus 15 minutes of buffer plus mental cost and unpredictability. If you're hybrid and only commute twice a week, a longer commute is tolerable. If you're in the office 5 days a week, every extra 10 minutes each way compounds into hours of your life every month. Choose where you live based on your real commute, not what you think that will work. Neighborhood dynamics that define your daily life. San Francisco and versus Peninsula versus East Bay versus South Bay. Let me break it down the 4 major regions that what daily life actually feel like in each one, because this is where most people get it wrong. San Francisco is not one experience. It's a collection of micro neighborhoods that feel completely different from each other. The Marina, Pacific Heights, and Russian Hill give you walkability, dining, and beauty, but you're paying a massive premium for the social scene skewed younger and more transient. Noe Valley, Glen Park, and Inner Sunset give you neighborhood charm, parks, and family energy, but you're trading off nightlife and walkable density. The Peninsula, Daly City down to Palo Alto, is where you go for schools, safety, and suburban predictability. But walkability is limited, social energy is on the lower side, and you are paying a premium for stability. Accessing the National Association of Realtors, Peninsula home prices remain elevated due to strong school districts, proximity to major employers, even as some areas saw slower growth compared to pre-pandemic peaks. The East Bay, Oakland, Berkeley, Alameda, Embryville is where you get the best balance of affordability, walkability, and neighborhood character. Oakland neighborhoods like Rockridge, the Grand Lakes feel like real communities that coffee shops, restaurants, and parks. Berkeley gave you intellectual energy, great food, and bar access. Alameda gave you suburban calm with the waterfront access. But crime, perception, not always reality, still holds some buyers back. The bar dependency can be limiting if you work somewhere else that the train doesn't go. The South Bay, San Jose, Sunnyvale, Mountain View, Santa Clara is car dependent, scrolling, and family focused. You get space, great schools, and proximity to South Bay jobs. But the trade-off is walkability, the urban energy. Some areas feel suburban and polished, others feel isolated and strip mall dependent. Here's a real insight. Most people pick a region based on job location and then regret the lifestyle. The better move is to pick based on lifestyle fit and then optimize commute from there. So far, we covered affordability realities, commute truths, and the neighborhood dynamics. But here's what we haven't covered yet. The hidden costs people don't budget for, and the weather that shocks transcends, and the culture fit question that determine whether you love or hate where you live. Before we get into that, if you are seriously consider a move to the Bay Area and you want a structured guide that walks you through neighborhoods, school insights, and other relevant details, I put together a free Bay Area relocation guide. It covers everything we're about to talk about today in a format that you can reference as you are making the decision. The link is below. Grab it now so you have it when you need it. Hidden costs nobody budgets for. Why your budget is already wrong. Let's talk about the costs that don't show up in rent calculations or mortgage pre-approvals but absolutely destroy budget within the first 6 months. Parking. If you live in San Francisco, Oakland, or Berkeley and you have a car, you're paying for parking. Street parking is competitive and often requires permits. Private parking ranges range from anywhere from $200 to $500 per month, depending on the neighborhood. A lot of transits don't budget for that, and then realize they're spending $400 a month just to park a car they barely use. Utilities and PG&E costs. According to the US government, utility costs in the Bay Area run higher than the national average. Electricity, gas, water, and trash easily add up to $150 to $300 per month, depending on their housing type and usage. Eating out and social costs. The restaurant and the bar scene here is incredible, but it's expensive. The casual dinner for two with drinks runs anywhere from $100 to $150. If you are socializing a few times a week, add up another $1,500 to $2,000 per month before you even realize it. Transportation costs if you don't have a car. BART, Muni, Caltrain, and rideshare adds up. A monthly bar pass is around $100 to $150 depending on your route. But if you are supplementing with Uber or Lyft a few times a week, that's another additional $200 to $400 per month. Childcare and schools. If you have kids, the childcare costs in the Bay Area are amongst the highest in the country according to care.com. Full-time daycare or preschool can run from anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500 per month. Private schools run from $20,000 to $50,000 per year. Here's a budget reality check. If you're all in housing costs, rent or mortgage, utility, parking, HOA fees is more than 35% of your gross income, and you're also paying for transportation, food, and childcare, you're going to feel financially squeezed no matter how much you are earning. The people who thrive financially here are the ones who build realistic budgets before they move, not after. Weather and microclimates that shock transplants. Yes, it's cold in July. Let me address the thing that shocks almost every transplant. Bay Area weather is not California weather. If you are moving here from the East Coast or Midwest expecting sunny and warm weather year-round, you're in for a surprise. San Francisco is cold and foggy in the summer. According to the National Weather Service, July and August averages in the city sits in the mid-60s and the fog rolls in most afternoons. The microclimates are extreme. You can leave San Francisco in the morning at 58 degrees and foggy, drive 30 minutes to Oakland, and the weather is 85 degrees and sunny. The outer Sunset and outer Richmond are foggy and mostly cold all year round. If you are someone who gets seasonal depression or needs sun to feel good, living in the fog belt will wear you down. The Peninsula and the South Bay gets more sun and warmth, but they also get hotter in the fall. Palo Alto and San Jose can hit 90 to 100 degrees in September, in October when San Francisco is still in the 60s. The East Bay gets the best weather balance. Oakland, Berkeley, and Alameda get sun without extreme heat. You are not dealing with fog, but you're also not baking in the summer. Here's the takeaway. Weather affects your quality of life more than you think. If you're someone who needs sun and warmth to feel good, don't live in the foggy neighborhood. Just because they're cheaper or closer to something, you'll be miserable. Hey guys, it's Disen. As much as I love making these videos, there's one more thing I love even more, and that's helping families and people from all over the US and the world making the move to the San Francisco Bay Area. I've helped countless families making the move, so whether you're coming next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen and linked in the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family making the move to San Francisco Bay Area. Culture fit and social realities. Will you actually like living here? Now, let's talk about the thing that matters more than any of logistics, culture fit. The Bay Area has a specific energy, and it's not for everyone. Understanding whether you'll actually enjoy living here is more important than optimizing your commute or finding the perfect neighborhood. The work culture is intense. Even with remote work, the Bay Area still revolves around tech, startups, and ambition. Conversations at dinner parties often default to work, funding rounds, products, and career moves. If you thrive in the environment, you'll love it. If you find it exhausting and superficial, it will wear you down. The politics are progressive and vocal. The Bay Area leans heavily left, and the political social issues are part of the daily conversation. If you are comfortable with that and align with it, great. If you are more moderate or conservative, you may feel out of place or hesitate to voice opinions. The cost of living affects social dynamics. Because everything is expensive, social activities skew towards people with disposable income. Weekend plans involve $40 bottomless brunches, $200 concert tickets, $150 wine tastings. If you're on a tight budget, can feel isolating or financially draining. The homelessness and the street conditions are visible and jarring. This is especially true in San Francisco, but part of Oakland and Berkeley deal with it too. You will see tent encampments. You will see people struggling with mental health and addiction. For some people, this is just part of urban life. For others, this is a deal breaker. The density is real and valuable. The Bay Area is one of the most diverse regions in the country. You will find incredible food, cultural events, and perspectives from all over the world. If you value that, that's a massive quality of life win. Community takes effort to build. Unlike smaller cities where communities happen organically, the Bay Area requires intentionality. People are busy, transient, and often prioritize work over socializing. If you don't build community through hobbies, gym, co-working space, or neighborhood groups, you can feel lonely even in a city of millions. Here's the honest truth. The Bay Area rewards people who are ambitious, adaptable, and financially comfortable. If you're moving here early in your career, stretching financially, or hoping the energy will slow down, you might struggle. But if you thrive in fast-paced environments, value diversity and access to opportunity, and can afford to live without constantly financial stress, the Bay Area offers a lifestyle you cannot replicate anywhere else. Quick wrap up. So here's everything you need to know about living in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2026. Affordability isn't binary. It's about finding the sub-market where your budget aligns with the lifestyle that you actually want. Your commute will take longer than Google Maps says, so plan accordingly to choose your mode intentionally. Neighborhood dynamics vary wildly across the region, so pick based on lifestyle fit, not just job proximity. Hidden costs will wreck your budget if you don't plan for parking, utility, social spending, and childcare. The weather is not what you expect. The microclimates matter more than you think. And culture fit determines whether you'll love living here or burn out within 2 months. The Bay Area isn't perfect, but for the right person with the right expectations and the right budget, it's one of the most dynamic, opportunity-rich, and culturally vibrant places you can ever find to live. If you're planning a move to the Bay Area and you want expert guidance on neighborhoods, costs, and strategy, my team and I help people make this transition every day. Use a link below to schedule a consultation, and we can talk and walk you through a personalized plan based on how you actually want to live. And before you go, make sure you grab a free Bay Area relocation guide I mentioned earlier. It breaks down everything we covered today in a format that you can reference as you're making your decision. The link is below. Finally, if you want to understand what's happening in the Bay Area housing market right now and where prices are heading in 2026, watch this video next. 5 huge changes coming to the San Francisco Bay Area in 2026. I'll see you there.